1 year, yeah, 1 year at least, including the months served. Yeah, they would have reduced the sentence to that 1 year and some few months for also including the months served. And the player gets back to play football. He's the player from Kalaji, I think. He has his people. He has all the people from that side support him, and it's one of the few talents that came out from that side. And I'll never forget that goal he scored in Amboli. I think he was playing for Villa. Wow, it was a cracker. I remember even the commentator speaking about it. It was a hard hit shot, and that's how he came into the limelight. Yeah, he's a good physical spaceman, and I feel the game still needs him. I don't know what you say about the sentence, but 5 years, I feel it's too much. And what would you really advise? How would really FUFA move forward with this kind of negotiations and try to really bring back the player in the game, yeah, while also maintaining the aspect of fighting match fixing?
Yeah, FUFA is doing an incredible job of fighting match fixing. But of late we've got TV stations which show these games. Can we get those few clips, what they're talking about, like in their evidence, in their statements? They're supposed to be sharing us with good evidence of like this game at this time, this is what he did, and this is the kind of runs he did. They really show the evidence of like this what happened. Yeah, because games are being broadcasted live, but there was no evidence we saw apart from the statement they shared. Yeah, exactly. But I would say good job from FUFA for curbing match fixing. It is something we've been looking forward to see with our federation. Hope other federations will copy, get to know what FUFA is doing, and also fight that match fixing into like in other sports, because it's now so common into other sports as well. So all in all, good job from FUFA, but they need to do better. They need to do better than that. But I would say credit to them for trying to fight match fixing.
All right, yeah. We'll talk about the big league. The league, police was crowned. We talk about that a little bit as we move on forward. Police was crowned the champions of Betpawa Big League. My specific will be on police. We speak about these institutional teams a lot. We don't know what are their goals. I remember the police of those days when the Geoffrey Masters were playing they used to win championship, they used to win the Sekafas, the Uganda Cup, they used to play on the continent. But we are finding these institutional teams, apart from NEC that really has shown intent, URA, police also coming in, Maroons. Police and Maroons, they are always in the relegation battle, they are being relegated, they're coming back in the league. We feel like these teams are financially stable, players get their money on time. What are their goals in the league? Is it just to be an institutional team? Are they really fighting for championship? And what do we expect from police this time? Yeah.
I remember so well when Hassan Kasinja was the chairman of the team. I remember the incident which happened at Seminary Chitende when they're playing against Vipers. How we stormed the pitch. He's like, no, we can't allow this. He said, that's when he said, I've lost it for Ugandan football. After the officials are not clear. I think they're being bribed, all that. But the team was moving on well by that time until he resigned as a top person into that. But talked about the police with the championship they have in Uganda, with the welfare they have, because they're financially stable as a team. It's hard to hear players of like we didn't get started on time. Yeah, we had those stories those days when the team wasn't yet organized, because sometimes we hear stories of like police players are demanding some money. You'd be like, really? A team like police, an institutional team is demanding money? And NEC has come out strong. NEC came strong last season, and this season you saw what they did. They were in the top 6 of the Premier League, which was a good job done by NEC itself. And of course in the finals of the Uganda Cup, though they lost to Chitara, but in the finals of the Uganda Cup, they were title contenders until the last 2 games.
Yeah.
But they were there. They're still contenders. They're still fighting for that title. Yeah. Credit to Mbalangu. Mbalangu is a guy we've seen him what he did. We saw players like Data, who's not going to play for South Sudan, who's played South Sudan. We saw the likes of Conwell Othomio, how he delivered. We saw the likes of Okocha as well, the kind of football was playing all the way from Oduparaka now to NEC. Generally, it was a good team. It was a good team. And then we saw the service that we saw how they brought back the former Uganda current keeper, now the keeper for the former even KCC keeper, how he came back and he took the leadership as the captain. And we saw what he did the second round. He delivered so well as a keeper. He did a good job. So generally, NEC is well prepared, NEC is well organized, and they're ready to go on. For Police, of course, they're going to miss out. They're going to lose some players, starting with their top striker, Isaac Ogwang. Information has it that he's going to go to KCCA. They're in talks with KCCA. We saw the kind of goal he scored against Kataka on Saturday in the Betway in the Betpawa Big League, and that sealed the championship for Police. Police became the winners of the Betpawa Big League. And it was a good goal whereby, as he was playing, rumors had it that he has already finished signing with KCCA. So far they've lost a big striker who is going to, of course, to another institutional club as well. Yeah. But generally, they've had a good run because they've had a good run as Police into the Big League, and now they're back into the Uganda Premier League. I expect them to boost their team, to make good signings, like 4 or 5 signings, after 4 to 6 signings, because they need more manpower. This league of ours is now so competitive. They need manpower. Now you see teams like Vipers, teams like KCA, they've now started signing players. Teams like URA now, they've now started signing players. When Alex Sabide went back to URA, we hear rumors they want this player, they want this player. So they've woken up as well as possible. Even the season starts, they're already into, let's sign these players and we need results, positive results. So generally, Police should be ready. I would say Police, Lugazi, and the third one, I'm forgetting it.
Baleros.
And Ibaya Heroes, yes, the community team.
Yeah.
They should be ready. They should sign players, and they should be ready to be like, you know, if you come to compete, not just participate. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. That was all we had for local football. We'll just run through the NBL, the games this weekend. These are the results that happened on Sunday. Kampala Rockets 59, 56 against JT Jaguars. UC Cannon 64, 58 against our savior. UC Cannon is really showing some consistency there. A1 Challenge 44, 71 JKL Lady Dolphins. Then the UC Lady Cannon 64, Nabishosa 60, Nabishosa 39, Miracle Ravens 60, and KIU Rangers, also a team that is we believe that will be contending for the title in the playoffs. 66. What talk about this? The player who recorded a triple double, Luak Ruai, who registered a triple double. I saw somewhere. Is it the first triple double in the league?
Yeah, it's the first triple double in the Ghana basketball.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, this is a shock to me. Yeah, Ghana basketball.
Wow.
But of course, Luak Ruai is a good player. We've seen him grow. We've seen him join Cito Oil, win 2 championships with the team before he went to Burundi for professional basketball. And then the league was somewhat suspended. Then he came back to Uganda. He joined Kampala Rockets, and you're seeing what he's doing there. Now Kampala Rockets is now fighting relegation because there's a battle into relegation. They're supposed to relegate 2 teams, but there's a big battle. And they're just already relegated. As we speak now. But you have Kampala Rockets, you've got JKL Dolphins, you have Power, then you have Livingston. They're all fighting relegation. And one of them is supposed also to make it to the playoffs. So it's a tough competition down there compared to how it is up there. So Ndege is already out of the equation. They can't survive relegation because they've had a bad season. Ndege has had a bad season. But Livingstone, which is due to the team, Power, Jekyll, and Kappa Rockets. Like one of them must be relegated, and I hope it's not Power, because these are six-time champions, and
Man,
I don't want them to take the route
disappointing.
of Falcons. I want them to take the route of Falcons. We still need to see them. We still need to see them into the Ugandan basketball, not the route of Falcons. Of like they're relegated, they're battling, they're suffering. We need to see Power because they have a sponsor. Mark is now into sponsoring the team, so we expect good results from them. The next game they have to make sure they win. It's a must win. It's a must win actually. They're remaining with two games and they have to win all of them to survive relegation.
Absolutely. Yeah, we also talk about rugby this week. I know Addison wasn't there at the game, but it was quite an interesting game. It was really quite an interesting game in Chadondo. At one moment, the Heathens fans thought that they had their minds and hearts nail-biting game. Uh, the tie ended 15-13. It was a game of two halves. It was a game of two halves. The first half, Heathens led 12-3. Tries from Joachim Chisano and Biamugisha. Yeah, though in the second half, there are many things that happened in that game. It was really a final that, if you didn't watch it, you really missed one of the best rugby games of the season. Both teams really wanted it. Though it was marred by yellow cards, these calls, some Paris fans really thought that they were hard done by calls made by Sauda and his assistants. Uh, Heathens fielded fielded a very good offensive line. The wingers, the fullbacks, they tried to really uh, stop the Isaac Massas and Siga with center plays, and that was a bit lacking. Though we really expected more from Massa. But there are some instances that we'll talk about, especially the disciplinary instances. Uh, but before I talk about the disciplinary instances, I want to talk about Ivan Magomo. There are a lot of people talking about Ivan Magomo, but he had an incredible game. I remember some fan tweeted and said that most of Paris players were not on the same wavelength. It created quite a stir on social media and even in the fans group. But you could see Magomo was really at par, was way ahead of his teammates in terms of how much he wanted the game and his leadership. Refs were complaining about him. He was over complaining to the refs, and people thought he would also deserve the yellow card. But he had that line break that he like two line break runs that if the team were on the same wavelength like him, those were all tries because he broke Heathens' defensive line, and it just passed one pass away for a try for the Pirates, but you could still see he was really pushing the teams ahead, and the tries came from Jeremiah Okello. Uh, and the double tries in the last 10 minutes. It was a bit crunch time for rugby, but eventually Heathens really showed resilience and really played this time out, and the game ended 15-13, and Heathens were crowned for the 17th time, really cementing itself as the giants of rugby in Uganda. So Malcolm Okello also added three penalties in the second half to make it 15, and tries that came from uh, from Pirates were from tries from Heathens were from Emmanuel Biamugisha and flanker Joachim Chisano. For Pirates, it was Jeremiah Okello and winger Roy Kizito. That was on the right side, and by that time, Heathens were really in the state of panic. They're all tired. They called him Bazay. They're a bit tired. And Paris, the game was there for Paris to take, but they missed penalties again from Magom. We don't know why he chose the left hand side when he's why he chose the right hand side when he's a right-footed player. Some people thought that he would have lined the ball on the left hand side to really convert. It was just two points away from tying the game, and you could see that Pirates were really on top of everything in terms of the strength. They looked really the team that was really trying to go for the win. Heathens was trying to really now play for the time. Yeah. So that was what happened in Chadondo. But Paris were crowned. Uh, Ukraine's in special league champions. It's really an interesting game of rugby that I'm sure everyone got their money's worth for that game. So we'll move on. We'll go international a bit. Madrid winning. I'm sure you saw that game. Uh, you could see the one thing about Madrid that we have noticed in this all this time is that Madrid
One was bought in the first half. It was, of course, taken over by Dortmund. Dortmund had more clear chances, and they would be ahead of Madrid, but like 2-0 in the first half. But thanks to Courtois for what he did into the goal, then also the one-on-one they missed. They missed that one-on-one. Yes. Then also the hitting of the post. Also, because they hit the post into the first half. They were supposed to lead like 2-0 or 3-0 in the first half, but they didn't use their chances. Madrid comes back in the second half. They dominate the second half so well. Of course, Toni Kroos, being Toni Kroos, the king of assists, did an incredible job with a corner, and then Cabijao headed the ball in. That was 1-0. Then a blunder from the Dortmund left back. He made a blunder there. Jude Bellingham stole the ball. He passed it to Vinicius Jr. and he saw the goal enter. That was over for Dortmund, of course. They tried to come back, they tried to attack, they tried to do everything, but with the Madrid, we know how Ancelotti did it. He brought in more defenders as well. He brought in another central defender of Militao into that defense to make sure the defense is solid. Then you saw how Madrid players were playing. They are now playing more defensive football and even attack football. Like Mantuzo is enough for us. The 10 minutes are enough for us to make sure we can't concede a goal. They had conceded a goal, but yes, but was enough time. They cancelled it. But credit to Madrid. Credit to Madrid for the incredible job. Next season is going to be a tough season for us because now they've made a big signing of Mbappe. He's into the team. Of course, Toni Kroos has left, but we may see a replacement there coming in as well because for them, they don't rest. They always make, and from Mbappe, they didn't spend any single penny apart from the money for sign-on fee and other things. But from the club, he came as a free agent, so they've got some money to make 2 or 3 signings. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, they've got some money to make 2 or 3 signings, and of course, they want to attack Bayern to get the left back, the Davis guy, and we might see another central defender. As well into the team because they're looking forward. They need more because after Nacho, after this season, Nacho may not stay at the club. Of course, he came in the club at the age of 11. Is one of the players. Is one of the old-serving players into the team, and he has won 6 Champions League. And there are 4 players: Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Nacho, and Cabral. They've won all of them 6 Champions League, which is an incredible, and with one club, which is something incredible.
Yeah.
So generally, Madrid is still signing players, and as an Arsenal fan, I'm still scared because I won't be surprised when they come for Salim.
Yeah, that's possible.
These are guys who come with money, be like, we need this because when you look at that, when you look at that team, their average age is like 26. Apart from, of course, Rudiger, who's some are old, and Courtois, who's old, then Modric is old, but the other players are young players, are really young players. 26 below. You look at Mitao is 26. Kamaving is into the 20s. Jude Bellingham is also into the 20s. They've got a new kid. They've got a new kid as well from Brazil. How is also young. You have Mbappe, you have Vinicius, you have Rodrigo. You've got one of my best players, Valverde, who's going to now put on just 8 for Madrid. Toni Kroos just said, this is your jersey number. Moving forward, this is your jersey number. You know what that means? The squad is still big. You have to Chumeni. Another problem.
It's terrifying one.
The team is here to stay. Yeah, the team is here to stay.
Terrifying. One thing I also want to talk about the Madrid project is how Perez, the president, changed. You remember that time when he brought in the head Eden Hazard. He spent quite a lot for such players, but realized this is Madrid. We don't need really compete with these state-owned teams from Arab, Man City, PSG. You know, you cannot compete with them in the transfer market in terms of money because they are well financed. So he used the pedigree, the history of Madrid. He went for players that are out of contract. Of course, he hasn't changed his salary scale. Players are earning 300,000, 250,000, but he's not spending on transfer fees. He's buying young players at 40 years old before their prime, grooming them up, and by the time they are 23, 20, 24, 22, they are world-class players that are worth millions of money. So Perez has really revised his tactics. I believe he leads this game here of the transfer market. Way back, him and Calderon, they used to change presidency, but he has really showed us that he has really mastered the game and has really mastered how money is moved in football. And he's like, no, 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 we are not going to spend. You saw what Barcelona did; it fell in that gap. Spent a lot in Rafinha's, in the Coutinho, and right now they're in debt. Right now, you know, they're trying to look for liquidation. They're trying to sell out some training ground. So you can see that sometimes if you run your club financially poorly, if you run it poorly in the terms of finance, you end up reaching your competitors. You can't compete with them in terms of paying salaries, in terms of the signing the best players in transfer market. And right now, I believe Barcelona is really in a very, very critical stage, and they will not compete with Madrid for in the foreseeable future unless they really have to build or they discover a very unique talent at that. Yeah, we'll move on to the NBA. NBA. Last time we were here, our prediction we had predicted that the Mavs will sweep the Timberwolves, but they managed to get one game back. But it was really not enough. Uh, One game back, but it wasn't enough. So we shall have a final between Celtics and Mavs. Let's talk about NBA briefly on that, and you can maybe tell our viewers what you expect here.
It's going to be some interesting NBA finals because with the record Celtics as in regular season, Mavs didn't beat Celtics in regular season at one time, and they're here now. These are playoffs, of course. Basketball is established in playoffs. You're seeing the likes of Luka Doncic, you're seeing the likes of Irving play the kind of basketball which we didn't see them play in regular season. These are clutch players, and everyone is talking about the duo being a big problem. But you can't forget Celtics has got one of the best defensive guards in NBA. You've got of course you've got White, you've got Holiday and then White. These are good defenders when it comes to giving you what they need. Of course, Holiday is a person who can steal the ball in time, and that's why he's also on that Olympic team of USA because he's one of the best defensive guards they have in US and in NBA. Of course, not forgetting the Eastern Conference MVP, Brown he has to prove a point. He's like, you know what? I've come to win something. I've reached this level and I haven't won it. Tata Moses just says the same thing. Is like, you know what? I need to win the championship at least. Maybe have a championship, one championship in my career because these days NBA is so different. This season, this team can win, and then next season they're beating them badly. Kawhi saw Timberwolves beating the Nuggets, and everyone was like, "What is this? The kind of defense Timberwolves has." You're like, you know what? Jokic, do your thing, but you're not letting Murray or Porter Jr. deliver more than what they did last season, and that's what they did. They be like, let's mark out these two guys. We can't mark out Jokic, but let's mark out these two guys. For Mavs, they play. The basketball isn't all about like I'm giving the ball to the big guys. They prefer using guards more. That's why you see Irving and Luka always have that ball, and then not forgetting Conley also in the corner having that ball as well. Because the rookie has played some good game. Lively has played some good basketball in the playoffs because is the big guy they've got and is delivering. But generally, Porzingis is back. And also, Porzingis loves playing he loves playing. He's a person love, not in the paint actually. he hates posting so much. He loves playing outside the D. So we shall have an incredible series. but I'll go with Mavs winning the series. I'm going with Mavs winning the series. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you speaking of the duos, the duos of this is some stat that I read somewhere. Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown are the only duos that they're not like the Splash brothers, like the way you saw Kobe and Shaq, but over all the top two duos in the league, they are the ones that are outside the top 10. And the last time this happened was in the 2000 to 2012, 2013 heat that had is it LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. So yeah, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade in the 2002 and 2013. So the game will be won from the duos, the two duos, Jalen Brown. For me, I'll go for the Celtics. Uh, but I think it will be a 4-3. It's going to be nail biting. I think they'll go to the last game to decide the series. But it has been really, really interesting. NBA is really changing. I know that there's this issue of Black Americans talking about that the NBA is now going international, and a lot of European players are infiltrating the game. But that's where talent is. You know, it's a business. At the end of it, you see people like Jokic coming in. Uh, Doncic coming in, Yanis, Rudy Gobert, like so they have to up their game, and the game is going international. And now you're looking at also the ball. There's a lot of talent in the ball that is happening in Africa. So the game is going to go global, and they should expect more international players in the NBA. Well, that's what we had for today. It has been an interesting show. I want to thank Mr. Hudson Mugweri for his time. Until next time, yeah, perhaps you can say his last words and goodbyes to the viewers. Yeah, hello, hello, Hudson, hello, hello.
I would say on
Yeah.
Friday until Saturday, please, people should watch the first game of the NBA finals. So it's going to be an interesting series generally because we've been looking forward to this. Yeah,
Oh yes.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. We're closing the show. I want to thank Mr. Addison for his time, and until next time, we have lost him because of the network, but we appreciate.